Okay, well, we're post-match here at the LNER Stadium. Wanderers defeated this afternoon, 2 goals to 1, I should say, by York City. Mark, get your take on the game.
Well, I watched most of it from the private area, but better team on the day one for sure. There's no hiding place. Our waveform is abysmal, and the management team are in charge. The management team, we've got. We make all the decisions, so we have to own this sort of issue with this away form. It is borderline Jekyll and Hyde with our, the way we are at home. We're very much it feels like a different team at home. I want to credit York though. The managers, it set them up to press us and force mistakes, and that's exactly what they done. And I thought, they forced us into errors whilst just dropping off and keeping a good defensive shape. And we gave ourselves an uphill battle really, just with the first goal's innocuous, hits the post, hits the back of his head, goes in. It's not ideal. Then he pulls his calf. Second goal, Jason makes a big error. But you have to say, across the 90 minutes, the best team won. And so credit to York and their fans. We've met some lovely people up here. Really appreciate all of our people that came up as well. Obviously, all of our fans, it means a lot to us for them to travel all over the country, especially when they look at the performance and think, well, that weren't all that. And I just said to the boys in there, we've been going a long time, and it's really important that the 9 games we've got left, that we've got to start looking at boys playing that leave absolutely everything out there. I think probably Will goes in over skill now with 9 games to go where we can. And we certainly need to address this away form because it's dreadful. But in the end, we've lost by the odd goal. It's a single goal defeat, despite the nature of their goals, And I did feel like, York are a team that I don't think they create many of their own chances. When you watch the goals, I think they're brilliant at capitalising on opposition weaknesses. And we gave the ball away, for the first goal, counter-attack, innocuous. Second goal, Jace just literally gives it them. So that was kind of true to what we thought. But however, their organisation around the pitch was excellent, and I thought especially in centre midfield we got outworked. It looked like if we weren't going to play back to front, it looked like we weren't going to play at all. So what I mean, if we weren't winning half battles in midfield areas, we weren't turning the ball over, we weren't forcing them into errors, and we are a team typically that likes to be on the ball, and I've asked them players in there to ask themselves, they need to really try and adapt their mindset, to not having the ball, because in this division you have lots of spells you don't have the ball, and you've just got to be rougher, tougher, closer to your man. So yeah, but it's gone. Nothing was decided today. We've seen the impact that 4, 5, 6 points can make across a couple of games down the bottom of the table. Everybody's got big fixtures to play, including us, and there's an awful lot of drama to come. We are in that dogfight. That is where it is, right? We are in that dogfight, and we are fully responsible. But I'll just say one thing. And York included. It's a hell of a tough league, and that's the reason that the 4 promoted teams are all in that dogfight. Maidstone, Gateshead, Dorking, York today. Winner takes all type game. And I said to York, and by the way, the fantastic people behind the scenes here, I think really looked after us today, great people. And I said to them before the game, I said, look, you can look at this, that and the other, you can say, oh, what about this, what about that, and we should have done this, and this manager that, and I said, but at the end of the day, and I'm talking about York, we had a good chat, I said, but at the end of the day, the 4 promoted teams are all struggling with this division. That's the fact of the matter. It's a tough division, mate. But we're in the mix, Dan, and we won't stop fighting. We will not stop fighting, and we would probably just have to adjust what we're doing for sure, and just work hard for the next 2 games, which are both home games.
we're naturally disappointed with obviously particularly the first half performance, but certainly in the second half. And you mentioned about that fight as well. The substitutions all having an impact in the second half. So if we're looking at positives, we can take that as something that was pleasing today. And Dan Gallagher back in the side, getting the goal for us late on. And the game had gone another 5 minutes. We were sort of in the ascendancy late on, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly. I think York should have had 2 penalties. We definitely should have had 1. Obviously, I got dismissed. You know, I'm responsible fully for that. You know, and I apologise to the players and the fans. It's not easy. Dan, it ain't easy when you work hard and for the club, and a linesman can't see an offside that's 10 yards offside, and it's not easy, mate. And you know, obviously officials, they mask their decision making with authority. You know, which is disappointing, but that's my responsibility, mate. But yeah, I thought across the 90, I thought York we've gifted them some opportunities. I think they could have been out of sight. I thought our late rally was just that, a late rally, because we had something to go for. I thought the best team won on the day. I think that's where we are at the moment, Dan. We can't polish a turd, mate. We are where we are. But what ain't going to help us is people crying their eyes out and worrying and panicking. You know, you can't undo the result. You've got to go back, get the drawing board out. You've got to visualise sort of how we felt after Barnet. Brilliant, aggressive performance. And we've just got to go again.
We go again next Saturday, back at home, as you mentioned. Just a final word for the supporters, though, Mark, in that corner over there. 153 up from Surrey this afternoon, and like Notts County last week, just brilliant backing on the road for us again today.
Yeah, brilliant, and thanks to every single one of them, and also the ones from round here that went and sat in our end. And like I say, really apologies that I got dismissed, and that don't help matters on the day, that's for sure. But our fans are travelling all over, mate. You know, make a big difference to, you know, the boys, and you know, the boys need to step it up for them. Let's face it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, appreciate them coming, and we go again.
We go again next week. Mark, thanks for your time, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Cheers, Dan.